All right, back at it again. That's right, Bacazzato, big up. Third time is a charm, man. You guys know Streamlabs and the internet be tripping. One of them could have possibly been my fault. So, Drew Stone is in the house, man. Big up to Drew. Big up to Bacazzato. Big up to everybody joining the stream. Big shout out to my wife, of course. And everybody else always showing support. I always appreciate you guys here on the Dre Sanchez YouTube channel. Boiling Boy 2009 is in the house. Big up to you, man. And welcome to the stream for this Saturday night / Sunday morning. Depends on where you are in the world. But nonetheless, we're going to do it. First leg on Pilotedge, probably second leg on VATSIM, y'all. Wanted to get this started earlier, having all types of problems with technology. Cameras weren't working, this, that, and the other, but you don't give up, and that's why we're here tonight, man. Midnight Maverick 737, what is up, my G? Big up to you, man. Looking forward to doing that world flight with your Mav. And he says, I got my X-Plane 11 set up yesterday, Bowling Boy says. Man, that is what's up. That's what I'm talking about. In the house, y'all. We got another banger for you guys. We are taking this new release Thranda DGS Cessna Grand Caravan C208 Bravo, and she is a pleasure to fly. Hopefully we've got some decent weather today. It looks to be decent, so let's go ahead and get into it because we got work to do so we can complete at least one flight on Pilotedge and then do the rest on VATSIM. Appreciate that, Bacazzato. Bacazzato says something you should do. Hit that thumbs up, boys. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. All right, so without further ado, as you can see here, we are at Provo, Utah in this beautiful aircraft. The passengers are getting on. You can see we're here right in front of TAC Air, and she is legit, guys. Great simulation on the level with the airfoil King Air 350 or the doggone Hot Start TBM 900, man. So this is what's up, y'all. So we gonna showcase this. My boy, my ace boom coon Leo Sticks 86, who's also a content creator, put me onto this plane. As you can see, I love flying the A10 in DCS, and look what that facial expression is on the front of the plane, so that's definitely worth it. Big shout out also to Midnight Maverick 737. He is also a content creator. Give him a shout out, guys, as he is definitely part of the world flight team as well. With that being said, boys, let us go ahead and jump in. Let me just check my phone here because yeah, there we go. Just making sure we got everything copacetic. It looks to be that way. So let's jump on board here. And how do y'all feel about the new Condor livery? I actually don't know what to feel about it. But I pretty much like all liveries. I like the diversity that they bring. But anyway, guys, what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna get the music shut down pretty quick so we can handle our business on Pilotedge, because this definitely is not a long process in this aircraft, and we'll get the music jumping up again for the next leg. So let's go ahead and pull up this interface that we have here, and we are Captain Geo's in the house. Eagle Aviator, what is up with you, Big G? Bumper Clot Geo, what's up? That's right, guys. So let's get the GPU on first and foremost, and then let's get our weight balance going on here. We got 900 pounds per tank, so that gives us 1,800 pounds in fuel, and I do believe that's copacetic based off of the flight plan, but let's just check that. Yeah, we need 1,777 pounds of fuel. Right now in her tanks, she's got 9 and 9, which will bring us to 1,800 pounds of fuel. That's more than enough. And for our payload, we're just going to, you can see the plane kind of doing its thing. We're going to put the payload right there because we're going to live on the edge. We do have a cabin full of passengers. And we got enough gas on here, so let's load that configuration. We're not going to do any checklists today, and hopefully we don't pay for that. But I'm trying to get us out of here because I started this flight way later than I actually wanted to. Let's assume all the passengers are on so we don't forget. So let's come over here and let's do all tie downs and close all doors, in which you can see that's good. The only thing now we have is the cargo pod on, as well as the GPU, and the brakes are on, of course, but that's because we haven't taken them off. So with that being said, guys, let's go down here and get this bad boy up and running. So let's go ahead and turn our battery on. We're also going to turn our standby power on, guys, and then we're going to initiate the external power and get our avionics going. And that from this part should be pretty good. And let's also get our nav light going here, guys. And now we can come right over here and contact Pilotedge. Don't forget, guys, that we must, and I say we absolutely must, do this thing right so we don't get yelled at, which everybody hates getting yelled at here on Pilotedge. Okay, so we're here at Provo, and you guys know Pilotedge uses the real frequencies, so we got to do exactly that. So we're going to come to airport info, frequencies, and Provo is a non-towered airport, I believe, in Pilotedge. But let's just plug in to see departure. Okay, so on Pilotedge, what we can do is we can come over to the standard departure frequency, which is right here. So let's get that. And there will be no ATIS here, but just to double check that, we'll put that in here. And if it comes up and we hear it, oh, so we are getting ATIS here. Let me know how you guys are hearing that. Let me double check the let's see here. You guys are not hearing that, so let's fix that.
36, departing runways 31, 36. Advise on initial contact you have echo.
Let's wait for it to start again. And I actually don't believe that that's Pilotedge. That's the problem. It's not Pilotedge. That's actually picking up my that's picking up. So yeah, this is non-towered. Let's do a radio check quick here. Let's see. I believe I don't remember which side actually is the let's do a quick check here. I don't remember which side is my push to talk button. Okay, that's the wrong one. Let's go ahead and choose this guy. Okay, there we go. Any station is net radio check. See if we get anything. Let's see, and we are on Pilotedge, so that's a good thing. Let's double check our preferences. Okay, that's all good. And let's make sure everything's good to go here. See, I believe it's 122.2. Any station is net radio check. Alright, let me look at the Pilotedge map. Dre, we gotta get you aboard the A300. Oh, I know Bacazato's all about that A300 now. Let's see here. November 350 Kilo Tango. I'm just checking Pilotedge. This is the one-way to trip. Yep. And it's got us on 1-2. Oh, you know what? Aha. It usually helps when you have the earpiece in. It goes with that, guys. Forgive me. Alright, there we go. I was wondering why I wasn't hearing anything. I was getting a little bit worried. But I believe now we got what we need for a reason. Okay, let's try this again. You guys let me know how you're hearing the ATC. Actually, let me monitor that. Clearance November. Actually, did I say it was the right one or the left one? I don't remember. Oh boy. Okay, it's that one. Alright, here we go. We're going to get this thing together one way or another. And clearance November 350 Kilo Tango here at Provo, looking for IFR to Grand Junction.
350 Kilo Tango, Salt Lake clearance for the Grand Junction Airport. As filed, I'm going to maintain 13,000. Salt Lake departure frequency 128.1, squawk 4457, hold for release.
Oh man, I keep forgetting which side it is, man. I got them both slaved. Okay, it's the left side. Okay, clear to Grand Junction as filed. Climb maintain 13,000. Departures 28.10. Squawking 4457. Hold for release. November 350 Kilo Tango.
0 Kilo Tango, redirect. Advise number 1 for departure.
Okay, we'll advise number 1 for departure. November 350 Kilo Tango. Okay, so for this first leg, both airports that we're going to are not actually don't have towers in here, so what we're going to do now is just pretty much fly with them, and then once we get there, we will actually cancel our IFR on the ground, but we will take it in on a frequency that is a CTAF frequency just for us to get into Telluride. I actually flew a group flight yesterday with HD simulations into Telluride with some of the fellas. You see, ooh, wind's gusting to 22 knots. Wind is out of the north. Ouch. Let's take a look at this.
Eagle Airport, Lens 9er departure, Kremling transition, and that's file.
Okay, so that's runway 13.
Maintain 1.
Here's runway 36.
Aspen departure frequency 123.
Or runway 31.
4131.
We can do either. Let's get the flight plan in and see what we can come up. Flight plan. We're doing the Provo 4.
Transition is filed. Climb 14,000. Departure 123.8.
Let's shoot for. Let's do 36 and transition FFU. That's correct. So we'll come off 36, pan me, and come to FFU. Let's load that departure. And then after that, guys, we're going to be going direct to. Sorry. We're going to be going direct to. I keep wanting to go directly over to Telluride, but that's not the case. All right, over to Grand Junction, guys. That'll be it. And let's double check the winds. Well, let's get the altimeter here. The altimeter here is 29901. So that's no big deal.
Unable to find view ID 12.
So you gotta excuse me, this X-plane thing is messing with me emotions. Now here's the thing, this is in inches. I don't know how to get it out of there. And I don't think they've made that yet. So I think it's 1012, which will be fine. And yeah, I don't like the fact that we can't switch it to inches over here for whatever reason. But there have been worse things. Let's also get our squawk in there, which they say would be 4457.
November 1102 Whiskey Monterey ground.
And we'll enter that. And we'll just go ahead and altitude report. You'll see that come on. We're coming up to 13,000. Actually, let's do this. Let's go altitude 13,000.
NorCal Aero 21904 Yankee request.
Now we're going to do it for pitch on this one because if you do vertical speed, this thing's got some really funny you know, climbing because it's such a light, smaller aircraft. So we're going to do it this way. Now we can get this up to maybe about 800.
3 Bravo Papa, cancel takeoff clearance.
Let's see.
3 Bravo Papa, taking off.
No, cancel takeoff clearance.
There we go.
Cancel takeoff 3 Bravo.
Now as you can see, the flight director, we're just pitching it up. There's about 5. We'll pitch it up to maybe like about 8, which you see here. For the takeoff, we're on nav. Flight director's on, and we are having the plane pitch for that right there, guys. So, and then after that, we can make some changes depending on what our performance is, guys. Once we get in the air, we will most certainly figure out what we're doing with our lives. Let's come over here, though, and take a look at the preview of our route. It's pretty simple. We leave here, make our departure, of course, and let's look more closely at our departure. Okay, we depart the field. We go direct PAMI, FFU, then back direct on our climb. We need to be above 4,900 feet, of course, so that's what we'll be.
NorCal departure frequency 120.
So now let's get on our map. Let's put this on GPS. And we know once we taxi, how do we taxi? So we're going to have to enter this runway and back taxi is the only way. So let's see what that looks like. We need to take Alpha 4 to the intersections of runway 18 and 36. So we'll be back taxiing, guys. Alright, let's get this bad boy started up. Let's go ahead and get some control cams on for you guys. Sure and saying, what's up, big dog? Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate everybody hanging out. So let's go ahead and get you guys the flight controls on. That's another thing I was fighting with earlier. One of the cameras didn't have enough power. It wasn't giving me what I needed, but we got our flight controls here. So guys, you guys know I have the Thrustmasters for the Boeing and the Airbus. We've also got an older one, which is the ProFlight, and this is the I haven't flown with this one much, but it isn't still new to me. This is the actual Turtle Beach Velocity 1, and this is what I use for the aircraft with the push-pull that don't have a yoke. So that's why we're using this one, guys. And also it's got the features for the fuel as well as for the prop conditioner and then our power here. And then you could also do it to these too if you're like doing an older traditional type aircraft. But this one actually has throttle maintenance on there, so we're going to be using this, guys. So without further ado, let's get this bad boy up and running. Okay, to start this on the generator, tie downs have been taken off. Let's go ahead and we're going to get our ignition to on, and we'll also get our fuel boost to on. And let's go ahead and make sure that our fuel is in the low idle position, as well as having our prop conditioners up for start. And let's get a start.
33, let me know when you're back. Flight 1667, Seattle Center, descend via Chins 4 arrival, Seattle landing south from the altimeter 3014.
Okay, we do have a start. Let's double check. This is our fuel quantity here. 9 and 9 in each tank, which you can see gives us 1,800 pounds of fuel. Here's our fuel flow. Here's our NG. Here's our prop coming up. And now, guys, let's also observe that parking brake was on, and we're going to go full fuel.
1102 Foxtrot, Monterey Tower, runway 10 right, clear for takeoff.
All right.
10 right, clear for takeoff, 102 Foxtrot.
Now that we got that situated, guys, we can most certainly come here. Let's get off of ground power. All right, GPU is off. And let's see, ignition. We can now get into the norm position. Let's trip that generator just to make sure. This has already came to off, and we can get our starter into the off position. And we should be good to go. Now let's get that on. Of course, we want that the beacon on outside, and we can leave. Actually, the beacon one I believe is down here. And now let's go outside and take a quick peek at this bird that we are ready to go. All right, so he's requesting this IFR release too. Now let's come in here, of course, and let's put our departure frequency at 128. Decimal 1. Enter that. Now that is our departure frequency, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and do our flight controls check. Okay, let's double check. Our trims are in place right here. They're just a little off. So let's trim it exactly right there. Perfect. And we're going to take off flaps 20. Okay, that is squared away. Let's turn on our weather radar, even though it doesn't look like there's much weather at all. And we are not squawking the correct thing. Squawk code is 4457. And there's our squawk. Let's get out of here, guys. Alright, finally, let's do our rudder check. Rudder right, rudder left, and let's get our taxi lights on. And I actually have the taxi light set up here. Taxi light is set on, nav is on, beacon is on, and let's get out of here. Captain Gio in the house, guys, another content creator. Alright guys, so let's put on our little chart here. Again, we're going to spin around an Alpha 4, and we need to get on runway 18/36. Alright guys, so we have a nice little taxi. Okay, that's Alpha 3. This is Alpha 4 here. And we're out of here, guys. Okay, that's Alpha, and this is 36 and 18, which is what we want.
November 902, uniform runway 33, taxi EV out.
And clearance, this is November 350 Kilo Tango, number 1 in sequence, is ready to go.
NorCal Air 2194 Yankee, 1,600, climbing for 6,000.
November 2194 Yankee, NorCal departure.
Okay, and we're on GPS, so we're just going to follow the GPS guidance. And clearance, November 350 Kilo Tango, number 1 in sequence is ready for departure. Let's see. Hopefully I'm tapping the right one here.
94 Yankee.
It might be the left side. Oh, that's it. It's the left side. So the problem is I have the right side for X-Pilot and the left side. And clearance, November 350 Kilo Tango, number 1 in sequence is ready for departure.
350 Kilo Tango, release for departure, clear for to put off in 5 minutes.
Okay, release for departure, clearance for it, if not off in 5 minutes, November 350 Kilo Tango. Okay guys, landing lights are on, strobes are on, let's go flying. Remember, left side is the ATC. Okay, looking at the runway, right side is clear. Left side is clear.
Unable to find UID 16.
Alright guys, we're going to line up and doing a back taxi, let's call it out. And Provo traffic, November 350 Kilo Tango is back taxi on runway 36 for departure out on the Provo for Provo traffic. Alright, there we go guys. Cross runway traffic. Alright, enough of those shenanigans. So I hope everybody's doing well today. And like I said, we're just doing some cruising on over to Grand Junction. Once we get to Grand Junction, we will probably switch from the Pilotedge network on over to the VATSIM. Left side ATC, I know, man. Left side ATC, Drew. Oh man, makes me feel extra old and senile when I don't remember things like that. Left side ATC, left side ATC. That's one thing I will say about this controller. It does have more than you need as far as controls. Okay, guys, we're going to start doing some of those toe brakes. When I do my turnarounds, I like to turn to the left, which is the pilot side.
Approach Skyhook November 123 Bravo Papa. Request practice approach at the city of Colorado.
I didn't actually realize we could have taxied over there. It didn't show me that on the chart, but there it is right there. So, whatever. She turns around on a dime.
11 maintain VFR 9503 Bravo Papa.
Rock City in the house, man. Big up to you, man. It was fun flying with you last night, Rock. Alright, here we go, guys. We're lining up on 3-6. Let's get us all straightened up. A little overturn there. Alright, final checks here, guys. Fuel props up. Pitot heat's on. All lights are on. Nothing on the annunciator panel. We got nav and our climb situated here for our pitch up. So let's ride, guys. Okay, just making sure that ITT's in the green. Prop will be at 100% for right now. Brakes are released. A little bit of wind coming off the right side. We're doing some right rudder here. Okay, airspeed's alive. You can see that wind blowing us. 60 knots. There's 75. We're going to pull back about 80. Very windy coming off. Let's go yaw damper on. Let's just hand fly here for a second. Switch those frequencies. She's a little squirrely. Very windy here. One stage flaps up. Okay. Autopilot is on. And let's come over here. And let's just make sure she's pitching where she needs to be, which is good. And flaps coming up clean. And Salt Lake City departure, November 350 Kilo Tango is in the air, 5,400, climbing 13,000. Okay, he wants us to ident, boom, and let's go ahead and arm. Let's do vertical speed, about 1,000. Okay, up to 13,000, November 350 Kilo Tango. Alright guys, and now we're going to go nav. So she'll go ahead and bank over a little bit. I was slightly off course. And we are airborne. Now don't say gear up, fixed gear Cessna for real, Bacazzato. Alright, and this is what the inside of the bird looks like here. Pretty nice. Got our passengers, a little cargo here. We got a cargo pod there. So she's pretty nice right over there. The lake, guys, it looks pretty sweet. Okay, let's get back in. No more shenanigans. About 1,000-foot climb here, so she can maintain speed here. Remember, she's a light one, guys. She's getting ready to bank over right to get back on course. And as a matter of fact, we got a pretty good climb here. We can probably pitch down just a little bit. We'll pitch down to 8, monitoring that speed. And let's also look at our props here. Let's pull the prop back to about 1900 on the climb. There we go. And we can maximize more of the prop itself. RPMs are in the green, and our torque is pretty much in the green. As you can see here, there's our torque. And our inlet turbine temperature is right on the green, so we got a pretty much maximized climb. If you guys come over here now, you'll see that after that squirrely takeoff, we're right on course. We're right on course here, direct to Pammy. And we're not quite past 10,000 yet, so we'll just keep it here for now, guys. So we'll keep all of our lights on, pedals on. Looks like it's a great day of flying here with these conditions. And yeah, everything else is pretty much copacetic. Let's come take a look at this spectacular view that we have here. And yeah, we can even get the flight control cams off now. I could technically leave them on the whole way, but we'll get them off, guys. Get rid of those controls for you, and just let you guys know that we are on the way. To Provo. Passing through 8,000. System crashed. He had to restart everything.
Foxtrot, the previous clearance is still valid. Good copy, thank you.
Alright, looks like El Bubba Clot Geo call, but man, I'm over here flying, dog. I can't be answering the phone, man. But I'll hit you up in a little while, Geo, man. I'm just trying to get this flight out of the way. As you guys see, third time was a charm with Streamlabs, man. It was just a dangerous game of do-si-do trying to get this thing up. So as you can see on our modest climb, we are still climbing up and at them. We'll go back to 1013 for the QNH. Okay, we're starting our left turn now. Go direct to FFU, which is the Fairfield VOR. Let's get some more of that love in our life there. And she's rolling, guys. Nothing else to say except she be rolling. Alright. So flying time for this first leg is an hour and 20 minutes, which that probably will have us getting there just as Pilotedge is going to get off. So we'll see if we can make best speed. And then the actual flight from Provo to Telluride is much shorter, so this is most certainly the longer leg. And you guys can see green light. Big up to you, green light, man. Big up to you, green light. Hey, if you want to fly another leg, green light, next leg will probably be on VATSIM, so let me know. I know everybody doesn't have Pilotedge, so but I needed to get my return on investment for Pilotedge. So we are most certainly up and at them. So let's go ahead and get our landing lights off. And actually, let me just double check to make sure it works. Okay, it does. It works on my Turtle Beach, the ones that I programmed, so we'll just remember that. Alright guys, we have about 1,500 feet to go to our 13,000 feet.
Turn right turn heading 360, left bucket 1.
Right heading.
Let's get a look out of the first officer side. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? I was gonna say that thing. I gotta be careful. One of those buttons actually causes my track IR to pause. I don't know why that button is even. Hey, let's open this door up. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding on you guys. All right. Now we're making our left turn direct to Telluride.
Approach 3 Bravo Papa, you want me to make a right turn to which heading?
3 Bravo Papa, you can continue the right turn heading 1.
Green Light says, like Tupac said, I ain't mad at you. I know that's right, man. Green Light, it was fun flying with you last night.
123 Bravo Papa, fighting 130, maintain VFR at 9,000 and ILS runway 171 practice approach is approved.
Right heading 130, maintain VFR at 9,000.
All right. Now we're getting ready to straighten up.
For ILS 17 right, you said?
No, you wanted the ILS 17 left.
17 left, 3 Bravo Papa, just to confirm.
All right, 1,200 feet to go until we are at our cruising altitude of 13,000 feet. Should be more than enough to clear that mountain system, guys. Straight up. Once we get into cruise and we're on our way, there won't be much to be said. We'll go ahead and get that music on. Uh-oh. Just pitching up too much. Okay, let's just fly the plane. She was just pitching up too much, guys. So let's pitch her down. I wasn't watching that speed, so we just pitched her down. We'll decrease the climb.
Correction, 25 Foxtrot, cross. Tone up a VOR at 1,000. Clear DPS Alpha approach.
There we go, so we can keep that speed. Even I'm getting used to flying her because she's just so sensitive to winds. You know, she's a smaller aircraft, guys. So you know, took her up a couple times. I'd have to pay attention to this thing, man, because she will get away from you fairly quickly. A little bit more on the climb. Let's make sure our altitude is still set, which it is. And once we get to 13,000, we'll go ahead and make sure that we get the altitude hold comes into play. So that was a real quick pitch down. Now look at the speed that she's doing. She's by no means a fast bird at all. Whatsoever. About 400 to go. And I think we can go ahead and get some jams on now, guys. Because it's kind of quiet in here, man.
Turn left, heading 260, just going to maintain 3,000. That's 260 out of 4,000.
All right. Let me know how those sounds are. All right, we are at 13,000. Now we are on altitude cruising, so now we're going to be doing our best job to increase whatever speed we can here. Which you see, she is struggling to do anything very fastly, but that's the name of the game. But on this route, you have to at least make concessions for all these mountains, so she's steadily creeping up.
The option, fly runway heading.
After the option, fly runway heading 3 Bravo Papa.
Joystick 67, 4 miles from Helder, turn left, heading 19.
See if we got anything more on the power that we can utilize. There we go. We'll see what that does, guys. Anyway, Bacazzato just got myself a new scenery that people have been telling me to get. Got myself the Origami Studios Gatwick. Nice. I got London Gatwick, but I don't think it's from them. It could be. Greg Hill's in the house, man. Big up to you, Greg, man. Big up to you, Greg, and everybody riding along, man. We are on our way over to Grand Junction, guys. And, you know, there's one thing I forgot to do, which was start the clock. But that'll be okay. You actually will need to use the clock over here. Look at this beautiful scenery here, guys. Man, we hope this single engine turboprop doesn't fail us, because we don't have a whole lot of options for crash landing over here, you know what I mean? This ain't no turbojet Cessna Dre. If you think about it, turbojet Cessna C208, I'm gonna just head out. Oh my goodness, Bacazzato, man. You crazy, Young G. Big up to everybody, man. So yeah, like I said, she's got some pretty good modeling. You know, we can come look at this little static scene over here. And that's what the old pasajeros will see. So she's a pretty good aircraft, guys. We'll go over the checklist here in a minute, but she does come with the checklist, which is pretty phenomenal. Look at the detail on the window, how it actually is even reflecting. You know, I don't know why it would be this dirty. If it was my aircraft, I would be cleaning it, of course. But look at the window. You can see the aircraft's been used, and apparently there's a little bit of wear and tear on the window glass. And that's right. She is no speed equals silence. That is right. But she is a pleasure to fly. So as we just pan around, I mean, it's a pretty good rendition of this, you know, this aircraft. I mean, they did a good job, in my opinion, on the textures, on the interfaces. And if you guys want to take a look at the checklist, she also, look at that speed slowly creeping up, guys. We're above 150, almost to 155 on the speed. So she's doing what she can, man. She is doing what she can. But yeah, so nonetheless, guys, she's rolling. And she does have a checklist, so you could come here. We'll do show checklist, of course. And again, this is Leo Sticks 86's fault that I'm even flying this thing. He showed it to me. I had to have it. So here's your pre-flight inspection checklist, so on and so forth. Your before starting engine with no battery or ground power, or this is battery start here. I'm assuming the other one was the ground power, even though we didn't go through the checklist. And this would be the actual one with the GPU start. So it comes to and shows, you know, battery switch on, beacon and nav lights on is required, so on and so forth. So she does have a detailed checklist that you can adhere to if you want to do the checklist. Taxi is super easy. Taxi lights on, brakes check, flight instruments. Before takeoff, this would be your run-up stuff that you would do. In part 2, normal takeoff. And you see there's our rotation speed. We rotated about 80 knots. And then you can see you retract 10 degrees above 85 and then 0 degrees above 95. Short field cruise climb, you can see airspeed 110 to 120. We were shy of that, and our propeller RPMs were between 16 and 1900. We did do that right. We got the propeller RPMs to 1900. Torque set observed maximum engine limits, which we did. And this is our climb, pitot-static on, and airspeed 104 from sea level to 10,000 feet, decreasing to 87 knots, 20,000 feet. Propeller RPM 1900, which is what we did. And the torque is 1865 pounds at the maximum. Observe the ITT and the NG limits. And there's our cruise pitot on when outside temperatures below 4 degrees Celsius. And propeller 16 to 1900 RPM. Set cruise power tables observing engine limits.
1667 contact tower.
At any rate, guys, she does have a pretty thorough checklist.
Jet 433.
If you want to look at the outside temperature, you're going to come right up here to this guy right here. So right now we can see it's almost, it looks like 9 degrees Celsius there. And if we want to observe the engine a little bit more, everything's in limits. We're still at 1900 here on the prop RPM. Our torque is not 1865. That's right. That'll be closer to this mark here. So our torque's right under 17. So we'll say about 1670 or so. And I believe we just have topped out on our optimal speed right here, guys. So we're not going to go any faster than this right here. So don't even think about it, man. All right, Captain Mall says, yo, what up, Captain Mall? Happy Saturday to you, or Sunday, depending on where you are at in the world. So, yeah. We are making our best forward speed possible without breaking the engine. And again, ITT, we're kind of in that area where, it's almost out of the green. Let's see if we have anything else left to give. Just barely. Just barely. So we're running our hard, guys. And our oil pressure is looking good. Plenty of fuel to burn, so we'll see if that makes any difference on the speed, man. And there we go, guys. We are rolling. Let's get a check at the weather in
1102 Foxtrot, Monterey Tower, runway 10 right, clear for takeoff. 10 right, clear for takeoff, 102 Foxtrot.
Let's see what Grand Junction is doing here.
November 0 Kilo Tango, contact Salt Lake Center 125.57.
Salt Lake Center, 25 decibel, was that 57? 2557, November 350 Kilo Tango. Alright guys, 2557. Good evening, Salt Lake City Center, November 350 Kilo Tango with you checking in, 13,000. Alright. It is a beautiful view, I can tell you that, guys.
Jet 433, turn left, heading 310.
Left heading 310, Jet 433.
Alright, altimeter there is 2962. And the winds are out of the south at 10 knots, so we definitely have to land on the more appropriate runway. So let's see what that would be. So that looks like runway 11 and 22. So the winds are at 180. Or we have this other runway here. I don't know why it looks so grainy. Okay, this is 29. That's 4 and 22 this way. 11. So 110 to 180. Disparity of 70.
Your instructions have been to fly runway heading, and you're not flying runway heading. I'm going to recommend that you try out the pilot training program. You can access that from the pilot center link.
But we might do runway 22. Let's look and see what actual approaches that we do have.
You're not allowed to, if you want to do it with your vehicle, you need to request it.
RNAV. Boom. So it looks like we could just do the ILS. That's going to be a crazy crosswind with 70 degrees wind coming off of us. RNAV 29 is too egregious. That's too far out of it. So it's either 11 or it's going to be yeah. There's 22 would make sense. And if the wind stays that, I think we'll do visual 22. Because the other one is a localizer. But man, those winds. But we are a smaller aircraft. This runway is 5,000 feet here. 5,500 feet to be exact. 75 feet wide. So we're going to see if we can take the visual 2-2.
Roger, up to transing on the outcome center frequency. Visual approach 34 left. Contact time.
Alright. So we're looking good here on the way. And who else we got up in here? Everybody's maintaining their composure, it looks like. Captain Mall says, hello, he's good to Greg Hill. I've been good, but rough with exams and traveling. I feel you on that. Glad I don't have exams or traveling, to be honest with you. Hi, Princess. Got my little princess here as usual, and she's actually playing a video game. You gotta watch these winds because she will come off of the autopilot easily, because when she's rattled a little bit by too strong winds, or like earlier when we were on our departure, when the pitch was too much on the climb, she came off autopilot because we were stalling out a little bit. So
number 112 Foxtrot, mark departure at contact. I maintain 7,000 for the rest of the lead-in.
looking nice. Looking nice. She's rolling, man.
Jet 433 Reno Town.
I always do like the dry lake beds in the areas where the lake beds actually dry out. Like over here, this very light, wider sand is actually indicative of where, if it floods, these areas and these basins will fill up quicker. That's why that sand is so light. I worked for a long time in Fort Irwin, California, and they were surrounded by dry lake beds. Matter of fact, the C-130s would even land.
You're transmitting on the wrong radio, so I can't hear you.
Would even land on a dry lake called Bicycle Lake. The C-130s would come in because they're very fine and smooth. Not a whole lot of rock activity in there, at least not on the surface anyway. And there's something else to observe in life, in real life, if you've never seen an actual dry lake bed. It's something. It's a sight for sore eyes for sure to see something that gorgeous. Even though it's in a desert environment, which is more than certainly deadly, you know, without any water and with exposure to the sun and all that stuff. But it is quite a sight to see if you've never seen it. And guys, we're cruising along right here in the Thranda DGS Cessna 208 Bravo. This also has a cargo livery, which you saw Leo Sticks 86 fly from BWI to Newark, New Jersey. I think he went into Dulles as well. And he flew a real leg, and FedEx really does use this as a cargo aircraft for the feeder ops from the smaller municipalities and regions. All right. And yeah, you know, we got a, looks like max cruise on this one at 155 knots indicated. So pretty soon we'll be halfway there on the flight. So it's VFR conditions there. So we'll be requesting runway 22 visual, bottom line up front. Now here's the funny thing, I literally just updated the MEDAR for Grand Junction, and now the winds are out of the north, so we will be doing landing on runway 11. Actually, I take that back. They're not exactly out of the north. They're at 30 degrees, so now the opposite direction of runway 22, and it's only at 5 knots. We're going to ask for the visual runway 4. And the outside temperature is 2961. Yeah, I just checked the aviation digital data service as well. So
at or above 4,000, they're on for like 5.
Salt Lake City, November 350 Kilo Tango requesting an updated altimeter setting. So he'll give us the updated altimeter setting.
0 Kilo Tango, the price altimeter 29880, and I'll have a handout for you in a minute. Denver will have one at Grand Junction.
Okay, appreciate you. We'll type in 29880 for now for November 350 Kilo Tango. Thanks a lot. Alright, so 29880 is the situation there. that's going to be something like, yeah, that's weird. 29061 is 1002 millibars. It is 998. So it's going to be about 970 millibars. Oops. Okay, so what she's doing, and you can see she's climbing back up to 13,000 feet. So then we'll pick up speed again because we made the adjustment. Oh. Denver Center 20.47. We'll see you at November 350 Kilo Tango. Alright, 2047, guys. Good evening, Denver Center, November 350 Kilo Tango, checking in 13,000.
November 350 to Tango, Denver Center, Grand Junction, altimeter 29061.
29061 on the altimeter, number 350 Kilo Tango. Alright, so 29061 is about 1003. Let's see what it is on my other one. Let's see. Yeah, it's 1002.8, so about 1003. I potentially was way off, but I was looking at the conversion chart, but I found a better one. Oh, we're over speeding now, but not for long. Hey, we finally got our speed up, guys. There we go. So 1003 is our landing, and again, you know, if you look on here, there is a menu where it looks like it would allow you to change it. So if you hit menu and then this part right here, you would think you would change it from millibars to inches, but if you click it, it won't let you. So it must be it's not modeled yet or something. So hopefully with an update, hopefully somebody out there lets them know that they need to fix that, man. Okay, let's see, guys. Go and support Captain Jill. He's live with the good old reliable MD-11. Let's check that out. right, just showing Captain Geo some love. Y'all go check his channel out as well. All right, guys, Captain Geo looks like he's doing the Mad Dog cargo run, Mexico City, looks like to Fort Lauderdale, and he started streaming about 27 minutes ago, so he's just getting his joint. Alright, just wishing Gio well on his flight. Checked in. If you guys go to his channel, give him a like. I just gave him a like. He's at 8 likes now, y'all. So go and support the man. Bada boom, bada boom. Hey, thank you, Gio. Much appreciated, big dog. He just put me a mod on his channel. Let me turn the music down and see if we can hear him at all. Alright, so
back for cancellation of this approach in the air, this frequency on the ground 122.2, change to advisory frequency group. For Yankee after cancellation receives squawk VFR frequency change group.
Alright, y'all, I'm just commenting on Gio's channel, showing some love. Alright, so we'll keep an eye on his stream as well, guys, and we'll try to do what we do. And Bakazato put his link in there if anybody's interested in saying hello to Gio. There's his channel right there to go right on over. And Bakazato says, why is it getting dark? I have no clue, but we're more than halfway through the flight, guys, and actually this is the perfect altitude to make our approach in there. Let's see what the actual altitude is there. Let's go back over to our charts. So if we take the visual runway 4, we'll exit stage left. Then the altitude there is 4,788 feet. Okay, so we'll make minimums probably right around 5,000 just to be on the safe side on the visual. There is no chart for runway 4, so that's going to be all visual there. So 5,000 above, we're 13,000, so we're only 8,000 above, guys. We look at our flight plan, let's deduce, we still got quite a bit, 53 nautical miles, but I'm assuming we'll be starting our descent soon. We only have 8 to go. 3 times 8 is 24, so right around 30 nautical miles we'll probably start getting our descent down, or maybe a little bit past that, and we won't descend all the way down, so you're figuring, you know, 13 to 5 is roughly 8, so we'll probably be at least 1,000 or 2 above, which is really 6 times 3 is only 18 nautical miles, and 20 nautical miles or so we can start a nice descent and probably achieve a 3-degree glide slope to get into the area, and you can see we already have it here. If we zoom in, there's a little basin here, a little valley here between these mountains, if you will, and so we're going to cross right over. We will have to take a look at the area to see what we can do for the approach. Let's go back and check charts and let's see any NOTAMs. Okay, there's no NOTAMs, no weather data. What's this preview? There's the preview of it again. We're gonna come in this way. It's kind of hard to see if there's any terrain right there, so there is, so we can get in there with a nice, you know, shallow probably base and take it right or left. However he's gonna vector us in, but we'll see. And here's all the procedures that, you know, like I said, it's all basically set up. Now here's visual 4. So let's see what that looks like. And it's just giving us, at this point here, we need to be at 58. So about 6, like I said, about 2,000 above on the way in. Let's just load that. And that'll be just for visual aid. So that'll give us a nice visual reference of what we're going to do here. In the meantime, let's go ahead and square our heading up. There we go. Now we can come over here and pull this guy down, zoom in, and you can see as we come in, if we just here get vectored, boom, boom, we're in there, guys, without any problem. Yeah, let's get it back.
NorCal approach, right now altimeter 2991.
And another thing we can do, I'm assuming we probably won't change frequencies again because of where we're at in Denver Center. So what we can do is come back over here, go to the charts, go to the charts, and let's go to airport info, frequencies, and we want to go with tower. Boom. There's tower right there, just in case, so we're ready. Just in case, guys. And the flight went pretty quick. It's 10:22, so I think we're doing okay.
350 Kilo Tango, contact Denver approach 119.7.
Denver approach 19.7, number 350 Kilo Tango. Alright guys, so 19.7. Good evening, Denver approach number 350 Kilo Tango, 13,000 with the weather at Grand Junction.
350 Kilo Tango, Denver approach. Victor's current altimeter 206.1, expect visual approach runway 22. Send a pilot's discretion, maintain 7,000.
Victor's current and expecting visual 22 and descend and maintain 7,000, number 350 Kilo Tango. Alright guys.
Approach November 123 Bravo Papa established on the lower collider runway 17 left.
So, before we start our descent, we will go back to our flight plan. Let's go menu. Oops.
123 Bravo Papa 38.
Let's go here. Load procedure. So he's doing us visual 22. Okay, let's load that. And let us go to flight plan. Actually, let's go back. We'll go here. Now we can start our descent. And 350 Kilo Tango, vacating 13,000, descending 7,000. Alright.
Number 123 Bravo Papa.
So we have started our descent.
Tower 3 Bravo Papa.
Just going to pull that power back so we don't overspeed. We're finally getting some of that welcome speed that we wanted, thanks to gravity.
Colorado Spring Tower 123 Bravo Papa on the localizer runway 17 left.
Alright.
Number 123 Bravo Papa, Springs Tower, runway 17
So you guys can see we're 28 miles out, which is more than fine. We're only dropping 13 down to 7, which is only 6,000 feet. Now let's pull that power back just ever so slightly. Now let's go ahead and look at the new protocol that we have to do. So now instead of coming in 4, we're doing 2-2. So there is the inbound to 2-2. So we'll see if he brings us left downwind or right downwind. And I'm assuming the look of it, we'll probably go left downwind right here, because this red spot I believe is higher. Could be lower here, so we'll probably do this left downwind is what I'm assuming. You can see we're skirting just above where we need to. Okay, we are at 10,000 feet, so let's go ahead and get those flight controls on for you guys. And now I'm going to use the controls here. Landing lights, taxi lights are on. We've got the correct altimeter in there, guys, and we are rolling on in. We'll be landing, I think we're going to land flaps 20, to be honest with you. Let's see what the winds are doing again. Okay, winds are only at 5 knots, so that's pretty low. We could probably do a full flaps landing on that. Back on the speed. And there's the field there. So as we're orientated to the field right now, we are basically parallel to, looks like the northern runway. Let's go out and look at that again. Wonder why it's not doing the smooth transition. Let's see something here, next camera. I guess it's just doing it that way. So there's the airport there. Less than 1,000 to go. Alright, and there's no landing gear on this one, guys. Just flaps and time to do it. So we'll see how this goes.
0 Kilo Tango, turn 10 degrees right.
10 degrees right, November 350 Kilo Tango.
0 Kilo Tango, just advise you need the airport inside.
November 350 Kilo Tango does have the field in sight and will be turning 10 degrees to the right.
0 Kilo Tango, clear visual approach, runway 29er.
Okay, cleared visual approach runway 29er. You had given us 22, so I'm going to switch over to 29er for November 350 Kilo Tango.
My bad, I thought I gave you 29er. If you're set up for 22, I can handle that one.
No, I can switch to 29er really quick. I was just clarifying. I will get it switched over to 29er and we'll clear visual approach runway 29er, November 350 Kilo Tango.
2 Kilo Tango, contact Junction Tower.
Over to Junction Tower on 18.1, November 350 Kilo Tango. Grand Junction Tower, November 350 Kilo Tango, visual runway 29er. November 350 Kilo Tango, Grand Junction Tower, runway 29er, clear to land. Runway 29er cleared to land. November 35 is our kill takeover. Alright, so now, that's not what I wanted to do. Now we are downwind of runway 29er. That's runway 29er that we were looking at. So with that being said, let's come back here really quick, guys, and take a look at the chart. So we will still be exiting stage left. So runway 29er, we're coming in on the longer runway here, and we'll exit stage left. The other runway goes this way. 29er, 22's coming in this way, 4 is coming in this way. Alright, the only thing we need to do, guys, is to do it. So this is definitely going to be our first stop. And then from here we've got a much shorter flight to Telluride, which is the harder airport to fly into, but we'll see how this airport does as well. Alright, we're at 7,000. Let's go ahead and bring her down to 6,000 or so. And we might just stay here and fly it visually from this height down, because we're only 2 above. And let's go ahead and bring it. Actually, I changed my mind again. Let's go to about 6,400 feet. We do have a good visual. Now what I'm going to do, so I know I'm making a nice base turn, let's go over here really quick and look at the chart. So looks like runway heading for 29er is heading of 295. So what we're going to do is set that into course heading. So there's 295 on the course heading. All that's doing is letting me know how nice my base turn is going to be. So there's runway 4. The other side is 22 and 29ers this way. So we'll be landing coming this way off to the left. Alright guys, we're going to go up on the props. Okay, prop power is to full. Is it colder than 4? It is. We can turn our pitot heat off. So we'll bring it to about right here and swing her on in. Power back a little bit. first stage of flaps. Okay, still pretty shallow. Okay, we got a nice base turn, guys. Autopilot is off. Alright. Second stage of flaps. As we come around here. Flaps full. She tries to lift up on you. Let's give a little more power.
Contact Fresno approach 119.6.
Alright, let's straighten ourselves up. Alright, back on the speed a little bit because we don't want to create lift through the engine.
Approach, Caravan 1102 Foxtrot 7000.
For 1102 Foxtrot, Fresno approach. Advise when you have information Delta and expect visual approach runway 29er left. Turn left heading 020, descend and maintain 3000. Yep, sorry, you're going into Visalia. Disregard that. Do you have an approach request into there?
Yes, I do. Planning for the runway 30 approach, ILS 30 for Visalia.
There's 02 Foxtrot, clear at TACOD, cross TACOD at door above 2000, cleared ILS runway 30 approach.
Oh, snap. Oh, man. We got wasted, guys. We got wasted, guys. That was horrible. That was horrible. Yeah, that was horrible. 793. We would be dead. That's a bad one, guys. That was a bad one. Sorry about that, folks. That was all pilot error there. Yeah, she got really floaty at the end, and ay. Not good at all. Not good at all. Not good at all. Not good at all, guys. Ouch. I don't even know if we'll be taking this on the second leg. Let's see. Flaps up. Ouch. No butter there, guys. That sucked. And Grand Junction Tower, November 350 Kilo Tango, clear runway 29er on Alpha 5.
Sure, Kilo Tango, taxi to parking via Alpha. Good day.
Parking via Alpha, you have a good day as well, November 350 Kilo Tango. So yes, that really sucked bad. Oops. Okay, landing lights off, strobes off, and yeah, that was just a horrible landing, guys. I don't know what to tell you on that one except, oops. Bring her into maintenance. You got that right, Bacazzato. Yeah, let's get out there and see exactly what happened. That was really a Bacazzato highlight reel. That's right. Hey, it happens, you know. This thing is super floaty. I think we're going to take a private jet up after this one. I don't think we'll roll with this bad boy. I got to get some more flight train. I don't know, man. For whatever reason, she got super just at the end, man. I don't know. I should have just I tried to do it with the yoke. I really should have kept doing it with the pitch. That's how I was keeping that. Once we made our turn, it was all pitch work. But yeah, guys, El Capitan had a horrible one this time. Greg Silly said that was a Bacazzato highlight reel. It really was, man. It really was. That was not acceptable at all. Not acceptable at all, guys. Alright, so let's get her over here and get her shut down and then watch our horrible landing. And I have done maybe 3 flights in this. That's never happened, so of course with my wonderful luck it happens now. But that's how the cookie crumbles, guys.
Descending to 3000 and background is just to the southeast of Lisa Airport, so I'm working my way there.
Pursuit 25, Roger. That's not really how IFR works. You were clear direct to PACOG to start the approach, so you need to be going to PACOG.
Alright, guys, let's see. Taxi's off.
Roger, okay. We're going straight to PACOG.
Leave nav and beacon on. And we have most certainly made it. Beacon can come off. And let's get off of Pilotedge and let's go take a look at that despicable landing that we had there, guys. We're not going to shy away from it. Let's see what we did wrong, because she is super floaty. Alright, and let's get me off of there, of course. Sorry about that, guys. It is what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? I wish it would have been better, but it was absolutely not. Let's see what happened here, guys. Alright, so we're in here. we were looking good. Everything was good. Right here, though, I should have kept with the pitch, but instead, I actually started messing with the flight yoke, trying to get it down, and I just couldn't get her back. Boom! Boom! Ouch! No good. I should have just kept messing with that pitch. That was the problem. So right here, we're smooth. About right here, I started panicking. I should have just kept with the pitch, but then I didn't, and bam! The wing didn't touch. The gears broke, passengers are shook up, but at least the wing didn't touch, guys. Yeah. That was ugly. Let's see that again. So the whole time here, I'm coming in, I'm working the pitch, Greg says it happens. Hey, we can't force a smooth landing, Dre. Besides, she's still in one piece. Pockets Auto says, hey, no doubt. And that's why we're watching it. It's all training, you know. Greg says it happens. Yeah, I'm not too tore up about it. I'm just like, okay, next time, stick with the pitch. Wheel and not the actual yoke. Because once I gave it up over to the yoke, that was it. Ouch. Yeah. So it is what it is, guys. Landing gears broke up. Horrible landing. Passengers probably left you know what all up in the seats. Yo. That's how we do it on a Saturday night. Sometimes your boy Dre, he just can't fly right. Landing on runway 29. He did it for the first time, but not on the dime. Alright, that's enough of that rapping. If Gio hears this, trust me, he's going to tell me to keep my day job. Alright, but then, funnily, comically, we simply ease right off of the runway and make our way in, which is funny. So, yeah, definitely very, very interesting. I don't know if I want to do this on the next leg of the Telluride. What do you guys think? Should we take this on the next leg, or should we take the take a private jet or something? If we take a private jet, though, we'll have to go to somewhere like Santa Fe or something like that. Not here. Or not to Telluride because it's too close. Or we go back and we try a Redeemer. We try to redeem ourselves in this bird. Alright, so we gonna roll this bad boy for the next leg. Let's do it. We ain't scared to crash. Oh my goodness. Next one, guys, is just a VAT sim joint.
gone wrong in central Tucson last night. Authorities say Lil Pete could have possibly overdosed.
The streets will escalate to a point where do not run the border.
Alright, so let's get a better one into Telluride. After that horrible landing, we're going to try it again. We not going to be scared, man. Just pre-filing. Bada bing, bada boom. Just logging on the VATSIM right now, guys. Oh, okay. Disconnected me because replay mode was enabled. My bad, VATSIM. There we go. Flight plan has already been filed. Let's go ahead and get ready to jump back in the aircraft. We'll get some fuel back on board, guys. Alright, as you can see, we back at it again. Let us also get the flight controls back up for y'all. We're not scared to land horribly and then take off again. Okay, the fuel that we need on this bad boy is 44 minutes of flying time. We'll probably do a little bit quicker than that like we did this one. We need 1,082 pounds. We'll probably take 1,500 to be on the safe side. See, 7 and 7 is 14, so 750 and 750 would be right where we need. We'll do 753. There we go. So that is roughly 1,500 pounds of fuel. 7 and 7 is 14, plus 50 and 50 is another 100. There we go, guys. And let's bring a little more than that. You never know. So let's check that out. That's 15 plus. And of course, let's do a GPU start since we've been running the battery here. Alright, that's on. Now let's come over here and check our fuel status. Okay, 8 and 8, about 1,600 pounds, so the bird is refilled back up. And let's just get our flight plan together and then we're out of here, guys. Alright, here's how we do this flight plan. Boom. Let's delete the flight plan. Add the waypoint. Boom. And we're doing Noxie. Noxie to Brick. And then from Brick to Cones. And then from Cones to K-Tex. Booyah. Let's see. The flight plan has got us going runway 9. Now, the one thing I love about being on the Vatastic network, even though there's nobody to be heard or seen from right at this point, okay, the winds are out of the west. So I beg to differ on the runway. The winds are out of the west and they're at 7 knots, so yeah, I don't think I'm going to be... I think we're going to do the... I think we are going to do a different runway, though, to be honest with you. Which is even harder, because it's not precision. This is runway 9 at 9,000 feet. And, of course, this is runway 27. The wind is 290, so we're taking 27 on the visual. Yeah, see, it's got this VOR. And this is simply to come in from cones direct into the runway, and this is how you come out. There's the runway here. So we're going to take it gangster and swing around and come into the wind, which I've done many times at this airport. So alright, so here we are. You know we're doing runway 22, so let's get out of here. Let's reorganize our trims here. And let's get up out of here. Get that all the way up. And lastly but not leastly, get your boy back on here. And we're up out of here. Yeah, he says load up in Mexico and fly with us to Florida. Not tonight, my G. Not tonight. Not tonight. I got plans with La Wifey. So let me get this done and let me get on up out of here. So we're on the VATSIM network, guys. Let's get over to the Unicom frequency, of course, which is 1228. There we go. We are on the Unicom frequency, so there we go. Alright, batteries on. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's get our ignition on. Boom. Generator off, ignition is on. Okay, let's go full power. Flaps are being set to 20. External power can come off. GPU off. Close that. Okay, that's going to come off. And generators on. Ignitions can come to normal. And guys, we're ready to go. QNH is the same. Let's come down here and get us back to where we need to go. This time we're going to do something different here. We are, that's armed. We'll go nav. And we'll go versus this time, or vertical speed. And we're only going to do about, we'll say about 1,000 to start with per minute. Alright, let's check all of our logic up here. What do we got here? It says generator off, voltage low. Why is our generator still off? Well, maybe because our ignitions are on. Oops. Let's come over here and look at this problem. Starter should come to off. Ignitions are norm. Let's try to reset this again. There we go. Now we have no problem. Trims are set up. Nothing's on the annunciator panel. Flaps are set to 20. Now it's the right side, guys. It's the right side here. There we go. Grand Junction traffic, November 350 Kilo Tango is on the ramp. We'll be taxiing to runway 29 via Alpha for departure direct to Noxie for Grand Junction traffic. Let's see, let's get that yaw damper off. The yaw damper I forgot to take the yaw damper on our amazing situation too. We're gonna do about 900 feet. Flight director, nav, arm, vertical speed. And of course, it'll be pitching up for 900 feet per minute. That's just the initial pitch to do that, which is fine. And course heading is 2905. We'll make sure we're on GPS. We are. Let's go with our taxi light on. Should have had the beacon on. And it's time to ride up out of here. Let's do our flight controls check. Left, right. Parking brake is released. Let's get a smooth landing this time, guys. First landing, horrible. This one's very easy to see if the doors are open. Just look around. Actually, we're heading to the wrong side of the runway. We need to go the other way. So let's turn around here. Alright, so horrible landing on the first. Maintenance crew came out, checked it out. We didn't scrape any wings. We just bent a couple of, they may have to change the rim or something. We bent the rim. Horrible first landing. Let's see on the more gangsta runway if we can get a better one, guys. You can see the wind sock is favoring our departure on runway 29. So as we turn around, we'll be blowing in the direction of the wind, which is what we want. And Grand Junction, right one. Grand Junction traffic. Actually, it's the left one. Grand Junction traffic. Actually, it's the right one. Grand Junction traffic, November 350 Kilo Tango back taxi to depart on runway 29 for Grand Junction traffic. So it's the right one on this one. On my other controllers, I don't have to worry about because it'll only be one button, period. ¿Qué onda, James Johnson? ¿Cómo estás, papá? Gracias por ver este stream, papá. Ojalá que todo está bien, que andas bien y todo eso, papá. Mucho gusto verte. All right, everybody, here we go. Strobes on. Landing lights on. And let's see, transponder is the only thing we didn't turn on, of course. Let's get that going. Okay, transponder's on. We're all good to go, guys. Spool up. Airspeed's alive. Okay, we are airborne. Let's get on those trims right away. Pull that power back slightly. Okay, we got to get the yaw damper on. Yaw damper's on. Nice smooth turn. One stage flaps up. Hand flyer. It's hand flying right now, guys, coming back around to our heading. You can see our pitch management is much better. Alright, on that autopilot. Flaps are all the way up. See that airport, we're leaving that in the rear view. And Grand Junction traffic, number 350 Kilo Tango is vacated runway 29 on course direct Noxie, last call for Grand Junction traffic. Alright guys, we are now getting on our nice course heading. Climbing up, and we're going to keep that climb a little bit more modest this time, of course keeping in mind the traffic. But that's one thing I do love about these props, man. Just as quick as you got up is just or down is just as quick as you get up. So we'll hope for another smooth approach, and hopefully we don't botch it this time. Gotta be more useful with those pitches, man, because essentially when you come to the field, you don't want to be doing, especially with these aircraft, you don't want to be doing a whole lot of yoke controls, because it's so floaty, and that's what happened last time. And again, it was all my error, so no excuses there, guys, but just explaining the difference. Now if I were to do that with a jet, the TCA or something, that would have completely been different. It's a little bit more, and this guy right here is a little more sensitive, this Velocity Flight 1, so it's a little bit more sensitive, so keeping that in mind. We are back up. Let me check the VATSIM scope, make sure we are reporting airborne. And we are, there's a slight bit of icy conditions where we're going, so we'll have to keep an eye on the temperature. Let's just turn that pitot heat on now. And just like that, guys, we are back in the skies. Right now, the current MEDAR in Telluride is 298.5, which is 1010. So 1010, we'll use that for the closest weather station. It's actually 10.2 to be honest, but we'll leave it here for now. Alright guys, we're doing good here. Cones will pass at 13,000, so we'll stay here until 13,000, guys. And what we'll do is we'll see if we can get a visual. Keep an eye on our speed. Okay, speed is still good. Gotta learn our lesson from last time. See if it's got any visuals. I doubt it does for the other side of the runway. And it does right here, visual 27. So basically, we'll be visual because it's visual conditions over there right now. And we might even be able to come in on runway 9. It's all calm, so we might even be able to do runway 9. We'll make that decision at cones. Okay, we are above 10,000 feet, so we can get taxi light off. We can also get landing lights off. As you can see, we lost a little bit of speed, so we don't want to get into that stall situation again, guys. So let's go ahead and pitch down now to about 500 feet per minute and see what that does for our speed. Remember, the climbing speed was supposed to be between 110. But actually that reduces between 10,000 and 20,000. So I think we're good right there. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, if we go to the checklist, the climb checklist, okay, climb, airspeed 104 from sea level to 10,000 feet, decreasing to 87 knots at 20,000 feet. So we're good where it's at right now. Torque 1865. Let's bring that prop back. It's about 1900. Everything else is where it should be. right, 1,000 to go, guys. Now if we come here and look at our greatest distance, it's this distance here to Cones, but that's going to go relatively quick. They will be there. Once we get to cruise, I'll probably step out for a split second so I can go get something to drink, because then it's going to get real after that. Alright, James Johnson says, this is the first time that I see you doing a flight in a non-commercial airline or non-commercial aircraft, James Johnson is saying. Sí, papá, a veces me encantan los turboprops también, igual que los jets. Y este avioncito aquí es nuevecito de un developer que se llama Thranda. Este es el Cessna 208B. Y también viene con un cargo livery igual. Alright. Hey, Nightbot, be nice to my wife. Nightbot kicked you out, babe. It was being too bossy. My sweetheart tried to say something in the chat and then Nightbot kicked her out. Stop spamming. She probably gave me a bunch of kisses or something. I'm gonna have to get you, Nightbot. You know what happens when you disrespect somebody's wife. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's a joke. Not to take ourselves too lightly here, right? Alright, guys. So we have reached our cruising altitude. That speed is going to pick up here. And yeah, we are on our way. As you can see, the indicator of our flight ops has us going very, almost moving exponentially faster than the other flight because it was longer. This is a very short flight. Very short flight. Alright, get rid of that logo circle and keep cruising. Clear skies today here, guys. So hopefully the next landing is going to be something to talk about. Alright, that speed is creeping up. Let's get an eye on these engine controls, or these engine gauges, to make sure we are we're pretty much maximizing everything. Prop is where it needs to be. Let's cut in a little bit to about 1900. About right there, folks. That way we maximize best forward speed, which you can see that's not a whole lot. Oh my goodness. The life of a turbopropper. And there we go, guys. Give me 2 seconds to grab some water. I'll be right back with you. All right, your boy's back. Good morning to you, Nick. Good morning to you, man. Thanks for checking out the stream. And I know, Bakazato. Come on, Nightbot. Act right, man. Act right. All right. So we're going to call this one the Redeemer leg. After the last landing, that's all you can do, man. Okay, so we got cones here, guys, in 26.4 nautical miles. So again, this is a really short flight. Let's see what we got here. Okay, let's look at the map. See which way we're coming in. So we'll hit cones at 13, then it'll have us going direct. We'll see the field and do what we got to do. We already have the correct altimeter, and I think we might even be able to come in straight on runway 9 for the simple fact that we have no winds. Let's see the update again in the old VATSIM, and if that's the case, guys, we'll do runway 9. Yeah, 0 knots, guys. You guys saw the meter. So, let's do this. We can come here to flight plan and see if this thing will fall in our nav approach. Now we're actually on the approach. Can't actually see the runway yet, but we will. So now we're doing runway 9. So we're going to come right into here, and we are going to, and this is cool. I wonder if there's something new. Map pointer, create waypoint instead of putting legend. I guess you can use this thing to create a waypoint, which is super cool. So we're going to come in, do a left turn. We're already above 13,000 feet, and we'll get all lined up for runway 9. And as you can see, it's a VNAV approach, basically. So I'm curious if this thing will follow it, so we'll see. And right here, as you can see, we don't have the hold in there. We said fly the course reversal, and we said no. So we should hit cones and then go direct to SEPMA, and which is above 13,000 feet as well. And we'll hit the approach mode, and we'll see what exactly happens, man. So we're good to go, guys. Now, the only thing is, because of the elevation of the airport, is we are most certainly going to put our landing lights on a little bit earlier. Alright, let's get the music shut down. I'm going to go ahead and get the controls up for you guys now. So yeah, with 0 wind, that is the goal, is to pick the most appropriate runway, and there's 0 wind there. So yeah, we can do full flap, 0 wind. Altimeter is 2985. Yeah, 1010, and we have 1010 in there. So bada bing, bada boom. We could almost do 10, 11. Be on the safe side. Not a big difference, but you know what? We need all the help we can get in this bad boy. Alright guys, let's go down here, and taxi lights, landing lights are on, guys. Hopefully the passengers know I'm not gonna shake them up this time. Let's keep a good approach, and if it doesn't look good, we'll power up and do a go around. It's the best I can do for you guys so that we can get this bad boy in. And again, this is kind of touchy as well. It's not as smooth, obviously, as the Boeing TCA stuff. James Johnson is asking for help me understand what's bad about emojis. La cosa es, James, que por una razón, yo no sé 100% por qué, pero el Nightbot le gusta que nada más que echas un emoji. Si echas un montón de emojis, piensa que es otro robot que está haciéndolo, entonces lo quita el Nightbot. Yo no sé por qué, pero así es. El Nightbot agarró a mi esposa también, y Nightbot borró su mensaje igual. Oh my goodness. James, ¿cuándo vamos a volar juntos, papá? ¿Tienes X-Plane o no? Alright guys, so we should be getting a visual here shortly of the field. We have 8 nautical miles until our turn, so that'll be right here, then this way, so still no visual. I think it's actually right here. Qué mala onda. ¿Verdad? Nightbot siempre nos dice, si nos portamos mal, va a borrar los mensajes de nosotros. Pero si nos portamos bien, entonces todo bien. Nightbot aquí, papá, en este canal es la policía. Es mi oficial. Alright guys, you can see we're yawing, so I don't know what type of wind they're saying is not, but apparently we've got winds coming off the right side, as you can see, and we're yawing to the right in order to stay on course. Speed's looking good, man. It's nice, very short, easy flight. Telluride traffic, number 350 Kilo Tango is a Cessna Grand Caravan 208 Bravo on left base for runway 09, expecting full stop, direct cones, and we'll call in a 5-mile final for Telluride traffic. Alright, nobody there, but just in case, man, you want to play the game, Okay, our turn is coming up soon. Winds at KTEX are 250 at 5. Let's see if that's it. Metar, KTEX. Yep. It just switched again. You guys see, okay, and it's 29er 84. Yeah, so we'll still be okay for runway 9 because the winds. Thanks, Bacazzato, man. You a true G. Here goes that turn that we were talking about. Looking good, looking good. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to come down here and we want to activate the approach mode. Approach mode is now active, and it is probably going to do it because I see the little carrot up here, so this thing probably will fly the approach just fine. Let's go get a look and see where that runway's at. Here it is right here, guys. There is the runway right there. No pressure at all, right? So winds are 5 knots, fairly easy winds to contend with, which is actually pushing us from the back. Now, traditionally, if you've seen my streams before, I've landed this airport pretty good. We would come in here, come around, and then make our landing in that way and then do a back taxi. But with the wind being only 5 knots, we're okay. So now you can see here we're coming to Setma, then from Setma we'll do our final turn in, and we'll also start getting closer to where this is actually starting to come down. Here it is right here. So let's see this thing fly the RNAV. Here it comes, and it should capture. There's the capture. Nice, guys. So this bird flies the RNAV just fine. Coming back on the power. And Telluride traffic, November 350 Kilo Tango is now turned to final on final approach. And expecting full stop runway 09 for Telluride traffic. Alright, coming way back on the power. Almost to an idle. Okay, I'm trying to let it bleed speed enough. All right, that was the first stage of flaps out. And if we want to look at the wing, you can see the flaps moving. Boom, second stage. I don't recommend doing that on a real flight. Don't go back and look at your flaps. Alright, we get it below 100. We'll go ahead and do the last stage of flaps course. Let's get our seat together, guys, and hope we have a better one than we did last time. Okay, we're below 100 knots. If we get to about 90, we'll go full flaps. Okay, there's 90. Flaps full. We'll let the aircraft do its thing. Alright, guys. Autopilot's off. My aircraft. Messing with those trims again. Slightly high. Alright guys, there we go. Whoa. And she's just so sensitive, man. Look, she's just so sensitive. Come on, man. Oh my goodness. That was something else. Ooh, man, she was all over the place. Definitely need some help with this one, man. She is just a super floaty aircraft. And I need some real training on this, guys. It looked like we had a nice one, but she hit and then she bounced up pretty egregiously. Alright. Flaps coming up. I don't think any of the passengers are going to be rolling with your boy. My baby says you got this. We did it. We did have it. Alright. I still like flying her. Great aircraft. It just, man. This one is probably the lightest one. Nice landing with the bit of kangaroo effect. But hey, it's better. Right? Right? Alright, guys. Landing light is off. Strobe is off. And for what it's worth, Telluride traffic, November 350 Kilo Tango is clear of runway 9, taxiing into the terminal for Telluride traffic. Alright, so we should name this stream Sir Bounce a lot. We'll go back and see how nasty that was. I mean, man, she just touched down and bada bing, bada boom. There's a little run-up area. My baby says, great landing. Thank you, baby. Well, at least we didn't initially smack down too hard. It was a great landing, but then, man, you just barely touched this thing because your flap's full, and the nose went up. It's so hypersensitive. Potentially, I need to work on the curve or something on these controls because we had a nice touchdown initially. Welcome to Telluride, guys. Nonetheless, so just know that this aircraft does fly okay. It's just pilot error today. This doesn't happen often, but it is. Today's pilot error day, guys. Alright. Can't win them all. Can't win them all, of course. Boom. And let's shut her down, guys. Alright. Get that beacon off. Strobe is off. Nav is off. And we once again made it. This is a tough approach, man. Yeah, I know, and thanks, Greg. You know, I landed it last night perfectly with the when I flew with you guys, but it wasn't in this aircraft, of course. But you know, I love the aircraft. I flew it with Leo. I had a great landing. It's just one of those things, man, where she treated me rough today. Okay, let's get that off. Boom, that's the noise there. And let's make sure that we get off of this. Boom, standby. And of course, we need to also get that going. Get that going. And let's get some musica going. And let's get off of VATSIM. Yeah, thanks, Bakazato, for sure. And really not all G8, just this one, man. This plane is probably the lightest plane that I do fly. Captain Geo says, nice landing, brother. I appreciate you, Geo, man. Could be better, will be better. Let's look at the initial touchdown. You know, so right here, if we're looking at our profile was copacetic. You know, everything's looking good. We're a little high. I think maybe, you know, we were a little high on the speed. Should have maybe been closer to maybe like 85 knots or so. So there's the approach. Okay, we're nose down. We're probably a little bit too fast right here. Let's see what she looks like. Let's see how bad it was, because it felt pretty bad. So there's the flare. Nice smooth touchdown. See? But then we're up. Try to get it under control. We're up again. Then we're up again. Then we're up again. And it just, from there, we were just, boom. Ay, ay, ay. But center line. Oh, man. And it was just the controls were so sensitive. You know, because our initial touchdown. Look at the initial touch. Okay. Initial touch, not too bad. All right. So here we are. Okay, there's the flare. Try not to over flare. There's a little bit of float. But then, as soon as I tried to catch the controls, then she bounced. I'm like, man, she just kept bouncing. Even as I was pulling the power back. I think really we shouldn't have landed full flaps. Look at that. That's just, yeah. That was crazy, man. Gracias, James Johnson. Muchas gracias, Papa. But appreciate everybody, man. It is what it is. Let's run her back again one more time. Not my proudest flying today, guys. If I'm being honest with you, not my proudest flying, but this is what happens when you, this is what happens when you put yourself out there, you know, live. You're gonna have mistakes, and I need to fly this aircraft a whole lot more, to be honest with you. Now we're gonna see it how the passengers saw it, and hopefully you guys don't lose your lunch. Hey y'all, I'm your boy Dre, man. Thanks for riding along. Captain Geo says I was giving out them skibbity paps to the runway. I was, man. Man, she's just so floaty, and but she's really a joy to fly, man. I'll get better on that. Maybe we'll use a different set of flight controls next time. See, there's the original touchdown, and then from there it just gets worse and worse and worse. Look at that. Ay, ay, ay. Passengers are requesting full refund and PTSD treatment. Oh, man. One for the books, man. Big up to everybody that rode along today. Big up to you, wifey and kids, Bakazato, Geo, Greg Hill, of course, Greenlight Auto Brokers, Rock City Strong, James Johnson, Captain Mall, Nick, who said hello. Yeah, it's the Yoke. Yeah, it is, Geo. I mean, I do like the Yoke. It just doesn't do well with this aircraft because it's so sensitive. I might need to turn down the sensitivity for this particular aircraft. It does well. I did some private jet ops last night with this very Yoke, but yeah, I'm not going to give up on this Yoke. But yeah, man, Geo, I think you're right, brother, because he has the same one. But I'll accept it as pilot error because look, we made it alive on both. We had some great scenery. I love chilling with you guys. We got some content on there. We'll probably be back again tomorrow, guys. Hey, I'm your boy Dre, man. Thank you for riding along, and we'll see you next time. Stay blessed. Check out Captain Geo. He's streaming. And if I missed your name in there, I do truly apologize. Let me just go back here really quick and see if we can make sure I didn't miss anybody. I don't think I did. We'll watch that come in. Alright, who we got here, man? We have Bacazzato, Greg Hill, Captain Mall, of course. Geo, of course. We also had Greg Hill in the house, James Johnson, Greenlight, and Rock City Strong. Of course, you know, I already gave my wifey and kids a shout out on the first time, and Captain Geo, man. Hey, y'all, appreciate you riding along on this one, guys. We'll be back at it sooner than later, man. God bless, one love. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, please.